It's a really good feeling to be in control of such a big vehicle.
As a student driver, Caitlin Mahoney is getting the hang of things.
It's actually been a lot of fun driving.
Caitlin is one of millions of Americans changing careers post-pandemic. After years of working in the restaurant industry, she says staffing shortages and pay cuts forced her to make a tough decision.
Being a female in a predominantly male work environment hindered me looking into it, but I just made the decision. I talked to some friends who are truck drivers and they said just go for it.
Now in her second week of training at TransTech Driving School in Newton, Caitlin only has 2 more weeks left until she tests for her commercial driver's license. The state of North Carolina requires 160 hours of instruction.
I'll be making way more money than I've made before. I'm getting to travel, see the United States, and really just learning something new. I love learning.
Here at TransTech Driving School, 1,900 students graduated from the program last year. That's 30% more than their best year in 2019.
I hate to say we were in the perfect storm.
Eric Wright is the Senior Director of Business Operations and Development at TransTech. He says although enrollment numbers are up, the additional drivers still aren't enough to meet the demand exacerbated by the pandemic.
We're also seeing a lot of the individuals who were ex-truck drivers in the industry for 25, 30 years who use the pandemic as a means to go on and retire and things of that nature. You're starting to see new regulatory implementations coming in from both the state and federal government that took out 70,000 drivers.
For others, the long hours and solo lifestyle can take its toll.
The biggest sacrifice you make as a driver is away from home time. So, what we see happening within our industry a lot is people saying, oh, well, this is a good opportunity. You can make good money as a driver. They get out here and they realize how much, away from home time it takes to do this job. They do it for, say 6 months or so, and they say, hey, this ain't for me.
The nationwide shortage of truck drivers continues to cause disruptions in the supply chain. Recent data shows in 2020, trucks moved more than 10 billion tons of freight, down from nearly 12 billion the previous year. The industry employed more than 3 million professional drivers. Trucks moved $695 billion worth of goods across the Canadian and Mexico borders.
We are very impulsive individuals. We want what we want and we want it now.
Furniture, toys, food now being delivered weeks and months behind schedule. Americans buying and waiting. There simply aren't enough drivers to deliver the goods.
One of the biggest things that people take for granted is just the not knowing that no matter whether it comes in by train, plane, or any other type of transportation, in most cases it's still going to hit the back of a transfer truck in order to get to its final destination.
Just for some perspective, if every American today stopped buying everything, there's enough in the backlog for the next 8 months just to get caught up.
Jack Light drove for 20 years before joining TransTech as an instructor. He's seen a lot.
Got to see all of it. Been to every state except Hawaii.
He admits being on the road for weeks at a time can be lonely, but he says times are changing.
Sometimes you're gone 4 to 6 weeks. Now a lot of companies now you're home every weekend, so that's a big plus, especially with your family.
Companies hoping to attract new drivers have upped their benefits packages. The starting salary for entry-level drivers ranges from $60,000 to $70,000 a year. Experienced drivers can make 6 figures, not including sign-on bonuses.
They are offering insane amounts of sign-on bonuses, tuition reimbursement, and safety bonuses. There's trucking companies that will offer a $12,000 sign-on bonus payable over a year, a $16,000 sign-on bonus payable over a year.
The money is a huge draw for Dwayne Clark, a married father of 2 with a third on the way. He's leaving his career as a high school coach and PE teacher in South Carolina to drive for his brother-in-law's trucking company.
Well, we wanted to transition back to North Carolina to be closer to my family. And North Carolina does not pay as well for teachers, so that's a big reason why I'm trying to make the jump in careers.
And while he admits he's a little nervous about his new career, he welcomes the new opportunity.
Anytime you can contribute to society as a whole, it's always important to your family, to your state, to your country. So that's always something that you value, and I guess it makes you proud.
Taking pride in knowing he can still make an impact in a different industry. For Carolina Impact, I'm Sarah Colon Harris reporting.